Right, today I'm going to spend half hour messing around with the domed inner wing. The welding went really well yesterday, so I'm going to take off what I've done, probably trim back the floor pan a little bit, and if I'm lucky I can get a couple of tacks in. So I'll quickly show you what I'm up to. This is where I left it last. Oh, Jet's here. Hello Jet. He's come to help. He's an expert welder. So it went in okay. It's only held in with clamps, but you can see it needs to go back about half an inch, quarter of an inch or so. That'll help it push back here and up here as well. And I think that it's a very simple. Jet! It's a very simple solution. I think I've just got to cut the floor pan back a little bit here. You can see there's probably about, you can see where it's scraping. If it focuses, there you go. I think this just needs trimming up. This is the remnants of the old inner wing. So I'm going to trim that back now, push it all back a bit, and then try and get a couple of tacks in. One here, one here, one here. Only a couple, not full weld. Bring these two together, which will be good. And maybe get one in here as well. And that way I've at least got some of the profile in place, allowing for me on the weekend, probably, to template this area off and cut out the old wing and then put the new wing in, tack, 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 and then leave that all tacked in place and rigid but still malleable, and then cut out the floor pan. So that's the plan. So first job, strip things down, cut things out. Right, cool, I've taken the wing out. This wasn't primed from the shop, so I've primed it. You can see the exposed metal. Drilled all the holes I need. Now I'm going to put it back in there, line it up a bit, trim back the... Oh, look at that. No, I haven't. So that's probably what was stopping it, because I just noticed that bit of metal that I was flapping around with earlier, this thing, that's what was stopping it, I think. This was forward as well. So I'll trim that back a bit further, maybe take this corner out, and then we'll start lining things back up again with the clamps. So 15 minutes or so I've been at it, and I'm really pleased with how things are starting to line up. This is a bit of a mess. I love it. I'm really pleased this is a mess. This is where all the horrible plates and things were. I think this is going to need to be sorted out a little bit. And I'll worry about that later. But where the original metal is, it's lining up nicely. I can do something with that and bash it around. And where I've got the new stuff, it's great. I think I'm a little bit low over at this edge. Now, this is a little bit wavy here. This is a handmade panel, so maybe I should have double checked before I drilled the holes. But now I know how to plug weld, and I think I can fill that up. I'm not too worried about it. This corner's lined up beautifully now, as well as this, and as well as the new panel around the back there. There it is. So I'm super pleased. It's just on the original inner wing, which I still don't know how true it was. You can see that bolt hole there should go through. Now I don't know whether this is... I don't know what's quite... Do you know what? I just think it might be the tyre plates out. Look at it. If you compare the two... Yeah, I think that's all it is. If you look at, compared to that side, this one needs pulling up, which I'm sure I can do to line that through. So I might just quickly try that now. And then I think I'm ready to put a few tacks in, which is really exciting. That went a lot better than I expected. I mean, even this hole here lines through nicely. If anything, it's a bit high, but I don't think these are particularly accurate anyway. So, yeah, very, very happy with that. Like I said, I think I'm going to bend that up and see how we go on. Okay, cool. So I'm pretty pleased with what's happened. The original bump stop was getting in the way. It was all gnarled up and curled, so I've cut that away, and I've managed to get the adjustment I need, which is super. And the dogs are working because I'm now talking. So I think this part here, I'm going to have to do a bit of a patch repair on. We'll just fill that hole up and grind it back. I think it's just where it's been handmade, it's not particularly true. It comes in nice and tight here, and it's got a good point. So, and this generally lines up. Hole's slightly out, but the plates are in the right place. so you can just about see daylight through there. So I'm pleased with that. This is lining up nicely too, and so is this back piece, and sorry you can't see any of that, so is this back piece here. Haven't got clamps on there as yet, and this piece, as we talked about earlier, needs a bit of attention. So I'm going to put a few tacks in there so that we've got something in place. Give this area here a bit more, give this area here just a bit more attention. Looking from the inside, you can see maybe I can tap it up a little bit more in there. It is pretty tight though, it's not too bad at all. Maybe just this corner here I can bash away a little bit. Could do with going up just a little bit. Maybe that corner there needs a bit of grinding out maybe. But generally speaking, I'm pretty pleased with it. It kind of lines through okay. So yeah, put a few tacks in and see how we get on. Going pretty well. Still lining up quite nicely, as you can see. Getting some good penetration as far as I'm concerned. Maybe that's not so good. I had trouble on this corner here, which I still need a few little bits and pieces. I need to drill some more holes just to pull that corner back. It's quite tricky actually. And I need to drill a hole here to get into the back of the plate I made up. And that's all I'm going to do for the time being. I might sand it down. We'll see. But generally I'm pretty pleased with it. That can be bent back further. That lines up nicely. The hole lines up nicely. So yeah, all in all, not a bad hour or two. Right, so I've started grinding things down. Fairly pleased with how this has turned out. I need to go back over it again, as you can see, but that's okay. It's not perfect, but it's not, well, it's holding, isn't it? This is a bit of a mess around here. I'm struggling to get in there. I mean, I won't, I've got a disc that I can use to get in there, so that'll be okay. We've come out of alignment a little bit here. Not too bad, I don't think. And maybe here a little bit, but I think I can still, yeah, I think there's still room for manoeuvre in there. I managed to get into the back of that plate, which is great. Yeah, I can feel that, which is good. So, yeah, it's good. We are one step closer to, well, we've replaced some panels, haven't we? Actually improve things. Quite pleased with it around there. I think I can make do with what I've got there, which is brilliant. Maybe not in that corner, but we'll see. So all in all, a successful hour or two. I'm very, very pleased. So, and that, I think there'll be another little bit of messing. I probably won't video it. A bit of messing around there, tidying that up next time, and then it's the big cut. Whether it'll be the floor pan or whether it'll be the flat inner wing, I am not too sure. Any advice would be really gratefully received. So there we are. Anyway, I've got to drop my son off to football and probably be back on this on the weekend, I imagine. So thank you. Bye.